You hear that, fellas? Let me know in the comments, what was that sound? I repeat, do you hear the sound of that voice? That's right, fellas, it's the sound of a rhinoceros. Anyways, hi everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger, and welcome to a Rhino-rific livestream. For today is World Rhino Day, and for this occasion, all you gotta do is request me anything relating to the rhinoceros. In case you don't know what a rhino is, it's basically a giant creature with two horns or one horn on its nose, and you can it has a poor eyesight, and it's known to it can charge at anybody. Now, for this occasion, you have these four options. These two are together. It's either the Rhino characters like Clam from Camp Lazlo, Rocksteady from the Ninja Turtles, Rhinox from Beast Wars, etc. Or you could just ask me to draw the actual living species of rhinos, like the white rhino, the black rhino, etc. Or animals with a rhino for their names, like our hornbill, iguana, beetle. They do exist, by the way. You can have the prehistoric rhinos if you're an expert on prehistory, or if you like, you can have any other character interacting with said rhinoceros. So which one is it, fellas? See rhino characters. Can you do prehistoric rhinos, rhino characters? Stingy Justin, Ronnie Yen, and the Northern White Rhino, Beast Wars, prehistoric characters interacting, prehistoric options 1, 2, 3, or 4. But if you have nothing to request, just ask me any question. And if you like, you could use the super chat system and I'll give you a rule-free request. Okay, Alright, so if that's what you want, a rhino character it is. So, our first stop is Clam from Camp Lazlo. No, in fact, he's one of the reasons what got me into Camp Lazlo. Clam is basically an albino pygmy rhino because he's like a man of a few words. He's like apples, he's now, despite his limited vocabulary, he's actually a genius. I mean, there are times when he's able to how do I say do a lot of things, like invent a log car and do well with mustard, and of course he's able to paint the Mona Lisa and able to solve a jigsaw puzzle within 10 seconds, and of course playing Ode to Joy using nothing but a bottle. Of course, Bean Scouts had to have a necktie thingy, a handkerchief. Now, I didn't know what s'mores are until Toy Story brought it up. It's like Buzz is like these delicious hot schmoes. They're called s'mores, Buzz. But I don't remember seeing any s'mores in Camp so I do remember seeing a lot of marshmallows. I mean, there was an episode where Raj was so was so marshmallow obsessed that he raided the camp, the Squirrel Scouts camp, Acorn Flats. He basically becomes a giant marshmallow, like Yeti, like marshmallow beast. Addictive to marshmallows. I really feel it. Oh yeah, I remember Sudan. He's not the only rhino that's gone. We've lost 2019 was the extinction of the Sumatran rhino in Malaysia. Excuse me for a minute. I think I need to look him. I used to get Raj right. Never mind. He's fine as he is. Now, I'm just wondering if Camp Laszlo were ever to be made today. I mean, nowadays people are a bit objective to accents performed by Americans. I mean, Raj, of course, has an Indian accent, but he's performed by an American, Jeff Bennett. And I mean, ever since the whole problem with Apu, who controversy, ever since that document, The Simpsons has been responding to that and decides that how do I say this? They decided they don't want. They decide to how do I say this? Scrap Apu, or the voice actor for Apu decides to retire from being the voice of Apu. Ooh. And ever since then, he has perhaps I haven't seen The Simpsons recently, but he has been getting non-speaking cameos. There we go, we have Clem with some roasting a s'more on the open fire while Raj is having a bit of bad luck. So, now next stop is Bebop. Now, which version of Bebop are you thinking of? Is it the 1987 version of Oh, I mean Rocksteady. Rocksteady, I meant. Is it the 1987 version of Rocksteady? Is it the 2012 version? Is it the is it the 2016 live action version? Which one are you thinking of? Have you heard about the hope of a black rhino and an Indian rhino? I have not. Let's see. Yeah, some people go with the 20. Now the 2012 version is since he's a 3D character, he's a little bit more tricky. I'll try my best though. Yeah, I prefer this just like that. You're probably wondering what's happening to poor Rocksteady here. I always keep forgetting who's Bebop and who's Rocksteady. I should know that by now. Bebop's the boar, Rocksteady's the Rhino. Technically, they were not fully Rhino or boar. They were humans that got mixed up with DNA of a rhino and a warthog. Well, some of the other mutants, like the Ninja Turtles, and Leatherhead, how do I say this? They were merged with a bit of human DNA. Like Leatherhead became from regular Gator to Gator Man. Now somebody asked me to draw the person Blanca Guzman, but I'm thinking her by herself she wouldn't be able to. I think she needs to wear her outfit. She needs to be in a in her alter ego for that. So rather than Blanca herself, how about La Tormenta? Wait, let me just do a little bit of coloring just to make sure I got this right. Just and just add in a little. Okay, I'll color the rest another time. So here we have La Tormenta facing off against Bebop. I mean Rocksteady. Forget the names. All right, here's another tricky one. Right, let's see here. He has the knowledge with the house. Meets Thunderstorm. I was asked for Blanca Guzman. Yes, but she won't be able to beat Rocksteady without her mask now, would she? It's best that she. I mean, if you remember the episode of the Casagrandes when Ronnie Ann and Sid. Do you want Rhinox in beast mode or robot mode? If I do it in robot mode, it'd be a bit tricky, but at least you'll be able to see that I am drawing Rhinox. If I do it in beast mode, it'd be a little bit easier, but not everybody will know that I am drawing Rhinox. Alright. And truth be told, fellas, I believe the Beast Wars Rhinox is what got me interested in. I believe Beast Wars Rhinox is what got me into into Rhinos in the beginning. I think he has a bit of a lip. Still, I'll just color some of the features in, so I don't think I'll bother with the maximal symbol. Yes, it's a bit of a crucial part of Rhinox's design, but just it'll take me a bit too long. I'll do this. I might do it off screen, or I'll just have the heads blank. When I was looking at the mouthpieces for Rhinox, I mean, when the way he transforms, for most of the Transformers, they usually have their heads as a bit of armor, as chest armor. Use the beast or vehicle heads as chest armor. As for Rhinox, his kibble, his beast head is on the back in robot mode. And probably for good reason. I mean, if you have Rhinox's beast head as a part of the chest, then do you know where the horn position might be in? Just really think about it, fellas. If a Transformers has a Rhino head as a chest piece, the horn might be in a position which might get parents to complain. Just a thought, that's all. Another thing I like about Rhinox is his weapon, the which is like a minigun. I mean, the way it shoots is like. And I also like that the fact that Rhinox is one of the smarter is one of, if not the smartest of the Maximals. He's an inventor, and he's able to make he's able to fix things. I mean, he helped fix the stasis pod, which was damaged during its crash, and after the repairs, it was Air Razor was born. And he also made this communication device which will help the Maximals contact each other from a longer distance. Unfortunately, Cheetor damaged it, and Rhinox doesn't have any more components for it. And it was sad when this character had to. I didn't like. There was one thing I didn't like about Rhinox, and that's his portrayal in Beast Machines. I get it. He was possessed by Megatron, and his spark was corrupted by Megatron, thinking that being techno-organic is evil and stuff. But there was a time when Rhinox was a Predacon, and it was Megatron's mistake. And when he tried to make Rhinox a Predacon, he started turning against the Predacons. Not like Optimus Prime was Orion Pax. How do you? Is it only you who plans on animation? Well, currently I'm just the guy who likes to do animations at home. I don't have any plans to make animations for the main industry. I don't plan to go to the main animation places to do. I don't plan to go to Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or Disney or anything like that. Now, for those who don't know, Ramhorn is one of the cassettes of the Transformers. He's an Autobot cassette that transforms into a Rhino, and his guardian is Blaster. Oh, let's see. All right. Does she have to be in a G5 style? Can I not draw her like she was in Friendship is Magic? Can I just have her done in style of... Oh, okay. I remember now. Okay. No, that's the wrong color. So I heard that Izzy is the Pinkie Pie of the group. Now, somebody on the internet has said to me that the characters that the main six are not going to be with us. This takes place sometime after Friendship is Magic. Real sometime. And somebody's not happy about it. They say that person wants to boycott that main series, for quote unquote doing away with the main six. Let me just And I was like asking to myself, well, I remember in Friendship is Magic, they did kind of kill off some characters. I mean, there's King Sombra, who got killed off twice, and then there's Applejack's parents. Though they don't say about their fates. They do make an implication about it. They were never shown in the present. And as for Granny Smith in the Friendship is Magic finale, the last problem, when a user asks one of the creators, one of the makers of that episode of Friendship is Magic, he said, "Nobody lives forever." Let me just and it is implied when Applejack was seen wearing Granny Smith's scarf. Yeah, it gives off a strong implication of what has happened to her. But also, there was there's it's well has well My Little Pony doesn't well also in Friendship is Magic, the My Little Pony movie, King the king the Storm King, he's dead. And they actually did kill him off. So base Ramhorn has this weird and also there's also Transformers that they kill whenever Transformers. Well, there is a chance you bet somebody's gonna get killed off. For example, in the Transformers movie, they killed off quite a number of Autobots: Ironhide, Ratchet, Brawn, Prowl, Wind Charger, Wheeljack. The most infamous of them all, Optimus Prime. They remade Megatron into Galvatron. They remade Bombshell, Skywarp into Cyclonus. They remade. Ooh, sorry. I think I may have slipped in a bit of a boo boo on that. I think I made her thing a bit too long. I think I'm just gonna shrink this one a bit. And of course, Beast Wars has quite a number of deaths. There's now mainly the reason why they often kill off the characters in Beast Wars is because the CGI was very limited at the time. So the first ones to get killed off were Pterosaur and Scorponok, in order to make room for newcomers like Quick Strike and Silverbolt. And later, Airazor and Tigertron got killed off so they can make room for Rampage. And ever since here's another and another thing is that when Optimus Prime died, people actually cried. Kids were leaving the theater, and that's one of the reasons the Transformers movie became a bit of a bomb at its time. It wasn't until late in Season 3 of the original G1 Transformers when they decided to finally bring back Optimus Prime. I don't think they'll ever bring back the main six, but maybe Twilight Sparkle might make a cameo. I don't know. Okay, well, let's see. What else? Let's see. Now, the next one is Spliced. I don't know if a lot of you know this show. It's basically kind of like Impossible Creatures or Crash Bandicoot or that book about the Dr. Moreau mutants, something like that. Let's see. Admittingly, I heard not a lot of people. I am aware that not a lot of people like Splice because it can be very gross at times, but admittedly, one of my absolute favorite characters from Spliced is Two Legs Joe. He's the guy who runs the island. And he knows when there is trouble, like whenever it comes to Perry and Andres' stupidity, or whenever it comes to Perry and Andres' stupidity, or when Mr. Smarty Smarts wants to take over the island. How does one do this? And the most unique, aside from the two legs, another thing unique about Two Legs Joe having no arms is that aside from having no arms, is that he has a bird stuck to his bottom. But in reality, the bird says that he's like Joe is like, "You're the bird who lives on my butt," and the bird is like, "And you are the rhino who lives under my feet." There are times when it does become a bit more philosophical. And there are some episodes I did remember enjoying, like the one where Perry actually does try to help the others, but thanks to his he's being very helpful and he gets rewarded candy. And I especially like the one where especially like the two Legs Joe episodes. I will admit there are some episodes I'm not particularly fond of. Usually the ones where Perry and Andre are up to their stupidity. Sometimes that can get really annoying, but I say it's a better version of Fanboy and Chum Chum or Breadwinners or Sanjay and Craig in a sense. I mean, it's very strange. If you're into strange, you might like it, but if you're not into strange, then you might find this really too gross and or really too stupid. You might not like this one. And it's definitely not a show for everyone. It requires very specific tastes in order to enjoy it. I mean, this is usually for those who like gross out, people who like Billy and Mandy or Ren and Stimpy or anyone who's into the gross out stuff. Even Cow and Chicken can get gross at times, and I really enjoyed that show too. Admittedly, I always loved drawing rhinoceros feet. Let me just There we go. We have Two Legs Joe, with Drobot making notes on him. And this one is a one-time character. Transformers did a crossover with Star Trek. Was it in the comics or was it on TV? Was it in the comics or was it on TV? Do you remember the dog bird can talk? Yes, he did. And he said the Rhino is under his feet rather than him being on his butt. So, now, for those who don't know, a sea rhinoceros is a character. I don't think he has appeared in any other episode of SpongeBob, but he's basically a animal that he's basically an animal that only gets encountered whenever a sea bear attack happens. So, I mean, whenever a sea bear is involved, whenever a sea bear is involved, it's either it usually happens when somebody plays the clarinet badly, or ever eats sliced cubed cheese. Sliced is fine. Wearing a sombrero in a goofy fashion way, wearing a lady skirt if you're a male, that's what I think it is, stomping around, wearing clown shoes, waving a flashlights are their natural play, and screaming like a chimpanzee. And once that rhino attacks you, once that bear attacks you, you have to. They have a tendency to attack more than once. If you run away from the sea bear, it'll attack you. If you limp away from the sea bear, they'll attack you. Crawling does not help. I don't think pretending to be somebody else helps either. And the only thing that stops a sea bear is a circle, is a anti-sea bear circle. And the only, but if you draw an oboe, they'll attack you. But as for the sea rhinoceros, they get attracted to whatever a sea bear attack occurs. And the only way to get rid of a sea rhinoceros is to wear anti-sea rhinoceros undergarments. Squidward, knowing that he has no pants. Huh. And he's this anti-sea rhinoceros is very well armored. He's almost like a Dunkleosteus, which is a prehistoric armored fish. Now, if I was to be more accurate, the sea rhinoceros would probably be a little bit, about probably the size of, maybe the size of I'm not sure actually, because if you remember the size portions of, SpongeBob with the humans, so the sea creatures are a lot smaller than regular humans. With the exception of Mermaid Man, the most explained for why they are small is that shrinking belt. Yes, and that's the most explained for how they are able to become the size of humans. I mean, the size of sea creatures. So here we go, fellas. We have Lisa Loud encountering a sea rhinoceros. Did she bring any anti-sea rhinoceros undergarments? Now, I don't know if any of you have seen the show called Stormhawks. It's basically an action series that it's basically a 3D action series. Let's see. Since you live in Malaysia, do you know Bobo Boy or Mekamoto? I don't know Mekamoto, but I did see a bit of Bobo Boy. Okay, some people have seen Stormhawks. Now, you may know that one of the main characters is a guy who kind of looks like a rhinoceros named Junko. Oh, and the episode I remember seeing that I remember fondly is the one where he goes into this spider's place. He goes into this spider's this guy who's like a very fat spider guy, and he challenges Junko to eat these toxic things as much as possible. And for some reason he's immune to all of it. The eggs, the meats, he's not full, and he's like, not full. I mean, he's like, I can't eat anymore. Oh, are you finished? Well, I kind of ran out of stuff to eat. Can I have some of yours? Let's see. Baron Greenberg. Who's... Let's see here, what was it again? Okay, that's the face of Baron Greenback. Now to add in the... Oops, that wasn't supposed to be there. I actually do like the art style for Stormhawks. Bit of an anime-ish, and but a two with a 3D, but with a 2D anime-ish like look. Um. So. Wait, he has these gears for he has these gears for wait, what was that again? Oh yeah, the team behind Stormhawks, they would later go to make shows like League of Super Evil and Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, another show I find myself enjoying a lot. Oops. Sorry, it's taking me a bit of a long time because drawing a big character is especially when one you have not drawn before, it can take some time to to I don't know what the company is currently doing at the moment. Maybe they may have made some. They may have made something. In just adding a little bit of. Sorry if I didn't get the feet right, but just make him a little bit more bulky, like a there. I think this is the best I can do in terms of Stormhawk's Junko with Baron Greedback from Danger Mouse. Greenback wears shoes. Yeah, but he's on the back, so the shoes are hidden. Just draw a proper circle. There. NebCorp was absorbed into Wild Brain. Ooh. Now this one is another character you might be familiar with. Rhino from Marvel. Technically not a rhino, just a man in a rhino costume. There are many different incarnations of Rhino. There's the classic one from the 1967 Spider-Man. There's the Amazing Spider-Man movie one, the one where he's a robotic rhinoceros mech. There's the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is also another mech. There's okay, let me just see. Now, the first time I actually heard of Rhino, it was a toy I owned as a kid. I think I might still have it in my house somewhere. And it was one of those Marvel shapeshifter figures where you're able to transform the character into something else. For example, there's a character called Spidey, and when you transform him once you shapeshift him, he becomes a monster spider. And another one called Blue Suit Spider-Man, and the one I think the one with where he's more blue than red, he becomes a monster bat. Lizard, he transforms into an alligator. Venom, he transforms into a three-headed hydra, and as for Rhino, he transforms into, well, a rhino. But my first time viewing Rhino in any media was in the Spider-Man 2 game, where he was like, "Spider-Man, huh? Finally, I've been dying to see what you can do. I'm gonna break your bones and make you cry for your mama." It wasn't until I was actually very glad that I know Spider-Man Friend or Foe is not exactly a game a lot of people like, but it made me glad that I was able to play as Rhino. Oh, I mean, in that game, he was under control of a mysterious person. Somebody was controlling these mutants. The villains, Spider-Man's adversaries. So he so and he gave so Rhino is one of them, and he's like he wants to join in. He's like, somebody was like talking in my head. Don't know who it was. I want to bop up one. And Spider-Man's like, sorry, I can't help, but I got enough psychopath sidekicks. Aw, come on. Alright. Come on, we're heading for Egypt next. Egypt? What's Egypt? Now here's another one you might be familiar with, the Rhino Guards from Robin Hood. The Rhino Guards are basically the guards that may have worked for King Richard, but they have since been under control of Prince John when he sent his brother on a wild goose chase. And he's been robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. This is from Disney's Robin Hood, by the way. It would have been great if we had a Rhino character in Sonic. Honestly, if that were true, I would play that game of Sonic forever. Have you played Among Us? Well, I'm not sure about him, but as for I have played a little bit, but not much. The Rhino Guards do make an appearance in the Rhino Guards do make an appearance in the Rhino Guards do make an appearance in Disney Infinity, but only as the bad guys. They say now nothing is known about what has happened with them after Prince John got resigned. I also remember seeing a few of these of the Rhino Guards in Drawn Together the movie. I've heard many bad things about Drawn Together the movie, but I did see a clip where where the Rhinos did appear. And I have to keep asking myself, how on earth did Drawn Together get away with this? I mean, with characters that are parodied, like Waldorf is supposed to be a parody of SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy, and Clara is supposed to be a parody of Ariel and Princess Ariel, and Foxy is meant to be a parody of one of the Josie and the Pussycat characters, and and one of the characters is supposed to be a parody of Link, and another is a parody of Pikachu. And I'm not sure about the pig. I'm not sure where he came from. I'm trying to think. Who else was there? Oh yeah, there was one that was supposed to be like Betty Boop, and another who's basically Superman but stupid. And in Drawn Together the movie, they were called to guard Clara, the Rhinos. I'm like, did they have to? I mean, wouldn't they get sued by Disney for using the Rhinos? Another thing I noticed that when I kind of went over my head as a kid in when Robin Hood and when Robin Hood and when Robin Hood and Prince John disguised themselves as women, they would sometimes place their hands over their quote unquote somethings. I don't think I can. I don't think I can say it. I don't think I can say it in on YouTube for the safe for standards, but it's in it. And when Little John was opening a chest of treasures of some gold that Prince John had, and he fills them in under his disguise, and one of the rhinos has an eye for him. Now let me just put this no. What the did I place him somewhere else? Sorry, I'm just trying to find where did I put. Wait, did I misread that right? Let's see. What was it? Wait, what's with the? Sorry, am I? What was it again? I swear I remember seeing. Okay. I remember now. Sometimes I need to look back at the comments in case I forget what I was drawing. Here we go. We got Chaos locked up and guarded by Prince John's Rhino guards. Now here's another type of Rhino guard, Commander Vashir. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. He was one of the guards of Kung Fu Panda, and voiced by the late Michael Clark Duncan. Do you hate Crash Nitro Kart? Why would I hate Crash Nitro Kart? That was the first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played. I can never hate Crash Nitro Kart. It's the first game I ever got from the Crash Bandicoot series. It's what got me into Crash Bandicoot in the first place. Wonder if I remember it. I discovered it on Crappy Games Wiki. Get off those sites. Get off those sites. They're terrible. No, they are terrible. They should not reflect upon your opinion on the thing overall. I mean, I discovered a lot of things on that site on terrible animations or terrible series wikis. I mean, I discovered some of my favorite Billy and Mandy episodes there, like Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid. An episode that made me want to go for some frozen yogurt. I'm sure it's not the best episode, and it can get annoying at times, but I really enjoyed that episode. I still cherish it to this very day. Hey, just get off that site. Don't watch that site. It's no good. It is so not good. Just saying. Raphael, I'm the same. What do you think about the Pokemon Rhyperior? I like Rhyhorn or Rhydon better. You know, you used to contribute to those sites. I go for Greatest Film Wiki the most. Yeah, I do occasionally go there, but for the most part, I try to avoid them. Let me see. Yeah, that's okay. I forgive. I kind of went a bit over the top. It's remember Skylander Sudi, Rhino Boulder? Actually, he's more like a stone creature. So, what was that? Why again? Okay, what was the why part? What was the why part? Do you hate the Banana Splits movie? Kind of. I mean, I do. I mean, if it was replaced with Five Nights at Freddy's, it'd be a better movie. But if that is based on a Hanna-Barbera kids program, bit of a tone whiplash. It's kind of like making a Mortal Kombat show for toddlers. So what was the why part again? What did I meant for the why part? Double the guards, double the weapons, double everything. Tai Lung does not leave that prison. What? Double the guard? Extra precaution? Your prison may not be adequate? You doubt my prison security? I got a message for your Master Shifu. Escape from Trigon Prison is impossible. One way in, one way out. 1,000 guards and one prisoner. Yes, except that prisoner is Tai Lung. Ticks down. Hey, somebody's getting... Behold, Tai Lung. Hey, tough guy. Hey, did you hear? Somebody's getting the secret formula, and it's not gonna be you. What are you doing? Don't make him mad. What's gonna happen? I got him completely immobilized. Aw, did I step on the witty kitty's tail? Well, I've seen enough. I'm gonna tell Master Eon that he has nothing to worry about. No, he doesn't. Can we just go now? And then Tai Lung escapes from prison and basically kills off almost every rhino there, including the chief, including the commander. In fact, Kung Fu Panda tends to have a often keeps killing off the rhinos. I think it may have been for the fact that China used to have quite a number of rhinos, but then they got killed off because the Chinese believe the rhinoceroses have a cure, for any disease, like a cure for cancer, a cure for Alzheimer's, a cure for a stroke. When it is completely untrue. It's basically the same fabric as your fingernails. let's just say, and yet people still believe in this myth. Yes. When are they ever gonna get it to their heads? Maybe I should make a movie about the fact that a rhinoceros horn does nothing. It's just the same fabric as your fingernails. And there was another rhino in Kung Fu Panda, who unfortunately is one of the more evil ones. But thankfully, he's only a few of the villainous ones. The rest are still on the good side. They're the ones who still keep the securities and stuff. And there was an episode where he tries to go to a noodle place and where he opens his own noodle shop, and Mr. Ping, who's Poe's father, he tries to sabotage it, and Poe tags along. There we go. We have Pink Fong versus Commander Bashir. I'm not sure how you pronounce. So that's taken care of. It's been about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Time flies when you're having a lot of fun, especially when it has a lot of rhinos involved. Okay, anyways, where was I? You're bluffing. You're bluffing. Shifu didn't teach you that. No, I figure it out. Skadoosh. Now, this one I'm not exactly super familiar with, but I heard a lot. Well, if anybody's been playing the Donkey Kong games, you probably know what I'm talking about. Bambi with Rambi. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking. Hold it for a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I just need to do something. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Which of Star Butterfly suits is your favorite? Okay, wait, let's see, my favorite suit, I'm thinking maybe the blue one, the one where she has a sky blue shirt with the one where she has a sky blue outfit, and I think it might have a little star, or a cloud pouch or bag, a little mini bag or some sort. The one that has the one that's sky blue and is basically sleeveless. That's my favorite. The one she wore in the Banagic incident, the babysitter episode, what was it again? The one where she was on a bike and she couldn't stop herself. The one where she goes through puberty. Now that's my favorite dress. My close second would probably be the dinosaur dress, because in case you don't know, I love dinosaurs, and I'm surprised Star actually enjoys dinosaurs too. In fact, the fact that it's a green sauropod like dress, the dinosaur dress, it makes me think that was Star ever a fan of Gertie the dinosaur? For those who don't know, Gertie the dinosaur is a animated film by an early animator named Winsor McKay. He's okay. I got the Ramby part, now to slip in Bambi. Winsor McKay, he was one of Walt Disney's inspirations to animation. It was a short made back in 19. It was a short made back in 1914. No, 1913. I meant. It was when he. It was when he made the it was when he made the what was it again? It's when it was before World War One, and just after the sinking of the Titanic. There was a short. There was an old parody short of Bambi where he for some reason gets stepped on by Godzilla, and it was said to be one of the 100 greatest films of all time. But I know somebody on the internet who's not happy with Bambi. He I mean, he's not happy with that short, saying that it disrespects Bambi in a way. And a little fun fact: Bambi was actually hated back in the old ages. He said Bambi is one of the said to be one of the Walt Disney's daughter hated Bambi. The hunters hated Bambi, saying it portrays them as villains, and it was and even the animators were not exactly pleased with Walt Disney's take on this. No, I think I'll just go with. But it did hold some significance to this very day. It made Paul McCartney it made go vegan and go on a help the animals scenario, and there was this guy who keeps killing deers for some reason, just leaving them dead in the forest, and he's been arrested, and now he's serving some, and he was serving some community time watching Bambi every day. What is your favorite Loud House episode? Usually the Lenny episodes, like Shop Girl or Everybody Loves Lenny. What else? There are a lot of episodes of the Loud House I love. Oh, thank you. Rilla Rule on Rhyhorn. I'll be like many people who's a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. I was delighted to see Rilla Rule return into. I was delighted to see Rilla Rule return in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. It was his first appearance in 19 years. There was a scene where Rhyhorn was there were lots of Rhyhorn cuddling or cuddling one of the Pokemon trainers. I think I remember that one of the Pokemon trainers who joins Ash on his journey, her mother or she used to be a Rhyhorn wrangler, a Rhyhorn expert. And then there was a humongous scene where the Rhyhorn gather around and they start licking this little girl. And that scene can be taken the wrong way. Yeah, I was just looking at some memes on that scene, and I was like, oh great, now I'm not able to see this scene the same way ever again. Now, I will admit, I thought it was a little bit... When I first saw Rillarool's early design in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, I thought he didn't look right, but I thought, he looks fine. In fact, I always thought that the reason why he looked like this is because Beanox has touched on Donkey Kong before in Crash Team Racing Nitro... in Skylander Superchargers Racing and the racing portion of Skylander Superchargers, which is why they decided to make Rillarool a little bit more different from Donkey Kong so they won't confuse them. Now, unfortunately, there was a bit of a backlash from fans, so much so that they decided, okay, we'll bring back the old Rillarool design. I did not cross his legs right. And for those who and they are generous enough to keep both designs of Rillarool, and have the old and the new Rillarools as completely different characters. And people still get backlash for that, and he still gets backlash for say they should have kept with just one Rillarool design. Don't know anything about the Wampa League thing yet. I don't know if that's ever going to be true. Maybe it'll happen next year, but I don't know. I don't know what else. I mean, Activision is currently all they're focusing on is just all they're focusing on at the moment is just all they're focusing on is just Crash Call of Duty, and the only thing Crash related at the moment is Crash Bandicoot on the Run. I haven't touched on Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time yet because I was so busy being so busy with my projects I kind of forgot about doing some gaming. Let me just add in a little bit of a... I'm actually not sure how a Rhyhorn is properly designed, since there's a lot of different mechs, stone parts on him. I think this will do fine. No. Yeah, I think I'll. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll do fine. Okay, looks like we've only got 4 options left. 3 named and 1 more that's random. Oh, who's the next stop? Who's the next? Okay, next stop is Rhino. Oh, my opinion is that the fixed Rillaroo costume should have been an alternative costume. Or maybe the fixed Rillaroo should have been the main one, while the old Rillaroo could have been the alternative costume. And people might still be happy with that decision. Okay, so let's see. We all know, and if you've been a fan of my works for years, you might know how much I. Wait just a minute. And for those who have been with me for many years, perhaps since 2013, you know I've been a fan of Skylanders. And when I saw that the fact that they have a rhinoceros for a Skylander, I was hooked. I wanted to get that game as soon as possible. I wanted to play as Rhino as soon as possible. And he did not disappoint me at all. His attacks were very strong. I like his bike moves. I even like his running animation in Trap Team. In Trap Team, if I remember correctly, in Trap Team, his running animation is a lot faster than his bike animation. Maybe it was a bit of a glitch, but it was my favorite. But I really enjoyed playing as Rhino. Oh. I actually recommend the punches more than the bike one, because the punches I like how he constantly punches. And I know some of you might like the bike path more, but I think I prefer the punches. I mean, at least you get to see Rhino charging like a real Rhino. Rhino charging like a real Rhino, and you I'm sure some of you prefer when he uses his bike, but I think the regular charging makes him feel like a real rhinoceros. And there's Rhino, and oh, doink. Like I said, he prefers a motorbike because it's automatic. The fact that he has to use a regular bike, I don't think he's used to that. Is that a pogo stick? No, it's a bike. See, here's the track tires and stuff. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of you would like this one. It's basically, he's a character. This guy is named Mr. Hornbill. He's one of the teachers in Charles Darwin Middle School in the show called My Gym Partner's a Monkey. And I feel generally sorry for this guy because in this, he's a bit of a coward thing. I mean, there was an episode where he tries to impress Mrs. Tusk, and he's like, he finds this, that Jake and Adam, they find this book where, so what was it again? I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay. Yeah, so he tries to win Mrs. Tusk's heart by trying to do some dance moves. That didn't work. He tried to they tried to have him fight against the principal Pixie Frog. That didn't work. He loses. And finally, he and Mrs. Tusk were put in a room, and Mrs. Tusk finally says to him, "You know, we elephants prefer the direct approach." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Will you go out with me?" "No," says Mrs. Tusk. "Hello, my name is Mrs. Tusk. Mrs. Tusk." And Jake is like, "Oh, so Mrs. Tusk was married the whole time?" But then, some of you might be thinking to myself, "Say, that joke is kind of familiar. Isn't that the Mrs. Puff thingy, like Mr. Krabs?" So he's like, "Oh, that's Mrs. Puff." "Mrs. Puff? No, she's married." "Oh, no, Mr. Krabs, she's single." "Hey, but what happened to Mr. Puff?" And then it shows a pufferfish in a lamp. She doesn't want to talk about it. Then that's what it reminds me of. Why, yes, Mr. There's another rhino in My Gym Partner's a Monkey, and she's said to be a Sumatran rhino. Oh, and she said to be one of the rare. And according to Adam, she is the rarest. She is the rarest rhino. And it turns out he was wrong. According to Mr. Hornbill, it's like, "I'm sorry, but you got it all wrong. The Sumatran rhino is not the rarest rhino. The Vietnamese rhino is." Now keep in mind, My Gym Partner's a Monkey came out in 2005. So back then, the Vietnamese Javen Rhino, it's a subspecies of Javen Rhino, by the way, did exist. In 2010, poof, no more. It's gone. It was thought to be extinct. And before it was thought to be extinct already, it was they thought that after the Vietnam War, they what was it again? After the Vietnam place, they thought they killed off all the Vietnamese rhinos, but no, they managed to find some. Then they decided to kill them off. Why, oh why do I live in a world where these people exist? I mean, I still like to eat some animals like the cow and the chicken, but these are wild animals, and that's something I would not want to eat on my own terms. I would protect. Let me just make him a bit fatter. Make his chin a bit. A lot of teachers in My Gym Partner's a Monkey are voiced by Maurice LaMarche, including Mr. Hornbill. Admittedly, I always thought Yaba's design is a bit out of the norm, is a bit weird for Aardman. I mean, when it comes to something like the Feathers McGraw from Wallace and Gromit, I mean, at least it looks kind of unique. It kind of looks like a threatening design, and very simple, very not much emotion, but still still looks quite threatening. I mean, you can still tell what he's thinking. So what's he teaching? What is he teaching? Why, he's teaching him the values of life. There you go, fellas. We have Mr. Hornbill teaching Yaba about something. Okay, we got one more named character, and then you can choose a random one. Now now this one's another interesting one. Now this guy, are you sure this species of rhino is gone? The Vietnamese subspecies is gone. The Javen rhino is still alive, but very few members remain. Vietnamese, no more. Malaysian Sumatran, no more. But northern white rhino, no more. All right, so my gym partners are monkeys to Aaron Ken. Okay, so okay. Anyways, so how do I explain this character? Rocky the Rhino. He was a deleted character in the 1967 film The Jungle Book, described by Walt Disney as a Mr. Magoon of a rhinoceros, half blind, not very intelligent. The writers and the storyboard team, they spent an entire year developing Rocky, and they wanted him to be a friend of the vultures. Originally, he was gonna have this type of a voice, kind of like Crazy Guggenheim from the Jackie Gleason show with Frank Fontaine. That's what friends are for. But unfortunately, he was scratched because Walt felt like there was too much action going on. So he dropped Rocky. He kept the vultures and the monkeys. Okay, let's see. Ah, yes. Now, thankfully, Rocky wasn't completely gone after the Jungle Book. He did manage to make a couple of appearances in a few other things. For example, he was in the Jungle Cubs. There were some episodes where he was in the Jungle Cubs. There were a lot of rhinos that looked like Rocky. Some of them are very aggressive, but there were others, especially in season 2, where he has a more friendly side. Apparently Disney likes to use these chins a lot. I mean, we have Shere Khan, we have Pete's Dragon. Also in the 2016 remake of The Jungle Book, said to be one of the better Disney live-action remakes, has Rocky has a character named Rocky the Rhino in it, and he's accompanied by a female rhino named Raquel or Rachel or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce. And she appears, and they appear in the watering hole. And he was voiced by, I think it was voiced by a comedian, a British comedian or some sort. Yeah, don't forget who he's squishing. And he wasn't the only character from the Jungle Book to be scrapped. There was another character who also appeared with the vultures named Beaky. But I guess he was scrapped because they wanted to just stick to just 4 of the vultures, because back then they were made to be based on the Beatles. The Buzzy is based on John. Flaps is based on Paul. Dizzy is based on Ringo, and Ziggy is based on George. Also, here's a bit of a sad thing. Recently, all the voice actors of the Vultures have died. Buzzy was voiced by J. Pat O'Malley. Yeah, he passed away in the 80s. The voice of Ziggy passed away in 2012, and the voice of Dizzy passed away in 2019, and the voice of Flaps, he just passed away last year in December. Rest in peace to all of them. I was thinking about making a picture, but I thought it was a bit too late for that. Maybe I will still do a picture, but maybe not. Now is not the right time. Oh, Lucky, Lucky, the one from Jungle Book 2. Oh, Phil Collins is, he's still alive. And, but I don't think a lot of people want to think about Lucky. Oh, okay, thank you, Mr. Wanappen. I shall do that. Let me just, okay, you know, when I first saw Chaos, I thought he was like a combination of Quan Chi and Roller from Hero 108. Just a quick moment. Um, I think I need to rewatch Hero 108 because I did remember enjoying that show a lot. Mainly because I'm a sucker for animals. There was some episodes where it doesn't focus on, maybe it doesn't focus on the animal, but it does focus on a bit of the other of the characters, like how Mr. No Hands has a history of having uncontrollable hands. It was a curse. They tried to cure it, but unfortunately it was not to last. It was only temporarily. Man, the Rhino King, he looks like he belongs in a video game. I mean, it's a lot of squares and stuff. And there you have it, fellas. We have Black Rhino Ranger, my mascot, on the Rhino King. And just in time, just about to, this is my last one. So, let's see, what else? He tickles himself, yes. Both Cartoon Network East and West. I don't know if he's going to be woman or meh. New Ghostbusters movie. The mascot to finish it. Rest in peace to all three men. When is Sky Wars Part 3? I'll finish it as soon as I finish. I'll release it as soon as I finish it. I don't want to release. I don't want to reveal the date because it always makes people disappointed whenever I really announce a release date. I never keep to that promise. Okay, fellas. What's this? Lulu from Ni. Oh, let me have a look. Let me have a look. What's this? Ooh. Looks like a combo of. I think I'll do this one. I mean, it looks pretty simple. Looks like a combo of. It kind of looks like a Rhino version of Lily Loud, in a sense. Oh, there was another character I forgot to include for this. Oh well, never mind. I forgot to include Retexus from Baba. For those who don't know, Retexus is this rhinoceros from the Baba. He is a main antagonist of the series. He's not exactly a villain, and he's just very stubborn. And they are at peace. When they are at peace with each other, with the elephants. They used to be in a war with each other. And the rhinos, but things got settled, but they still don't really trust each other. Retexus is often very stubborn, while Basil is like his dim-witted assistant or best or friend or whatever. But there's Lady Retexus who keeps things in order. Should I draw that, or should I end the podcast? Let me ask. Do you want me to draw something Retexus related, or do you think I spend enough time on it? Chris Savino has actually worked on it before? Huh. Well, late than never. Do it off screen. Alright. Okay, fellas, looks like that's the end of the podcast. Let's see what we got so far. We have, oops, that's not it, sorry. We have, oh, what the? Excuse me, fellas, something's not right. Something's not right. Oh dear. Something's messed up. Never mind. I'll just announce what I'm doing. Okay. So for my next live stream, let's just say I'm gonna take a break from doing any more live streams in September, but I'll do one starting at the beginning of October, because on October it'll be 29 years since a Cartoon Network release. Oops, I gave it away. Oops. Oh dear, I think you guys already know what I said. It's okay. So in 2000. It's alright. So on October 1st, it'll be 29 years since a certain cartoon channel is gonna. That's it. That's the one. And it's and what are we gonna celebrate it with? We're gonna go back all the way to the 90s to the early 2000s, when these shows were packaged like they're double the cartoons. Starting with a boy genius in a lab, to a man who wants to date somebody, to two zany farm animals, to three sweet little girls about to crime fight, and 2 and 3 scammers from Canada. And so many more from that package. And we also might have a few surprises. Some that have some shorts made, but they never made it it past the they never made it to past the storyboard things. And boy, what a cartoon they were. All right, thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in the next live stream. I hope you enjoy this video, and happy Rhino Day. Happy World Rhino Day.